Today, we're going to uncover a simple, almost hidden tool that can totally transform your daily life. It's really the key to making any day truly unforgettable.
So let me ask you a question, and be honest. Out of the last 30 days, how many do you actually truly remember? For a lot of us, the days just kind of blur together, right? It's this vague sense of time passing, but with very few sharp, distinct memories. So why does that happen?
Well, it's usually because we're just not really present. We're going through the motions, you know the drill. Work, eat, sleep, repeat. And a day lived on autopilot, without you consciously engaging with it, is a day that's probably going to be forgotten. It's almost as if it never really happened at all.
But what about those days that do stick with us? You know, the ones that shine so brightly in our memory? Well, it turns out it's not random. They all share one crucial, powerful ingredient. And that's exactly what we're going to get into right now. And that secret ingredient? Well, it all starts with understanding a really important distinction that we often miss: the difference between surprise and wonder.
We kind of use those words interchangeably, don't we? A surprise party, a wonderful view, but when it comes to creating memories that actually last, they are two completely different things.
So here's the core of it. Surprise is a passive thing. It's an instinctual reaction to something you didn't expect. It just happens to you. But wonder, now that's an active process. It's what happens after that initial surprise, when your mind leans in and starts asking questions.
Think about this example. It makes it so clear. If you give a plastic banana to a monkey, it gets surprised that it can't eat it, gets a little frustrated, and then it just moves on. The whole experience is over, done. But give that same plastic banana to a little kid. They'll also try to eat it, and they'll fail. But then something uniquely human happens. They don't just toss it aside. They look at it, they examine it, and they ask, who made this? And that right there is the definition of wonder. It's like this magical little formula: surprise plus inquiry. It's that amazing moment when your brain switches gears from just reacting to something to actually wanting to understand it. So here's the big takeaway from this. Surprise is a fleeting moment. It's basically a dead end. But wonder, oh, wonder is a doorway. It's a doorway to curiosity, to learning, and to creating a memory that really, truly lasts.
So, you see, this isn't just some philosophical idea. It has a real, practical impact on our lives. Let's dive into the true power we can unlock just by cultivating a little more wonder.
I mean, think about your own life for a second. Your strongest memories, probably even more than just simple happiness or sadness, are often tied to moments of awe and wonder. The first time you saw the ocean, right? Or maybe a piece of art that just stopped you in your tracks, or a scientific idea that completely blew your mind. Those are the moments that get etched into who we are.
You know, when we experience wonder, we're not just watching things go by. Our brains are firing on all cylinders, creating these deep mental imprints. It sparks this desire to investigate and to learn, and that makes life feel so much richer, more vibrant, and ultimately way more meaningful. And look at this. Wonder isn't just a passive feeling. It's an engine for growth. It starts when you put in the effort to try something new. That effort leads to a new insight, a new way of seeing things. And that insight, it sparks wonder. And that feeling of wonder is so incredible that it motivates you to put in more effort, starting the whole cycle all over again.
It's this amazing, self-reinforcing loop that just keeps pushing us forward. Wonder is what turns the boring, mundane stuff into something meaningful. It literally fuels our personal journey. It really is the engine of a memorable life.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, how do I get more of this in my life? It sounds like this huge, grand thing, but the practice is actually surprisingly simple. You don't need a trip to the Grand Canyon. You just need 2 minutes of your time. This ancient practice, it's known as tefekkür in some cultures, is basically a contemplative gaze. All it is the act of consciously and intentionally looking at something totally ordinary to find the extraordinary that's hidden inside it. And here's exactly how you do it. Find the most ordinary object near you. I'm talking a pen, your house key, a simple glass of water. Now just gaze at it for 2 minutes. But here's the trick, the most important part. Look at it as if you have never ever seen one before. And then just allow questions to pop into your mind. Where did this water come from? How is this glass made? What incredible physics is keeping the water inside it? Don't judge the questions, just let them flow. This simple little exercise, it reveals such a profound truth.
As the source material says so beautifully, a day without wonder risks never having been lived at all. I mean, think about it. If a day passes and leaves no trace in our memory, how is that any different from it never happening in the first place?
So, I'll just leave you with this one final thought. The potential for wonder is absolutely everywhere, all around you, hidden in the most ordinary things. You just have to choose to see it. So my question for you is, what will you wonder about today?